Hi guys, this is Mrs. Tucker. Today's video is on combining like terms. We're going to do a little review of distributive property. I've got 2 times the quantity x plus 3. Do you guys remember how you do this with distributive property? Okay, you've got to take 2 times everything that's inside the parentheses. So I'm going to take 2 times x. That addition sign I'm going to bring down, and then I'm going to take 2 times 3. So my final answer is 2x plus 6. Remember distributive property? Okay, let's try this one. I'm going to take 8 times everything that's inside the parentheses. That subtraction sign, I'm just going to bring that on down. So I'm going to take 8 times the first term, so I get 8 times x, or 8x. Subtract, I'm going to take 8 times 5. 8 times 5 is 40. There's your final answer there. That's just a little review on distributive property. Let's talk about combining like terms now. Here I've got 3 apples and I've got 4 bananas. And I'm going to call each one of those apples A instead of writing out apple each time because I'm lazy. And I'm going to use a B for bananas instead of writing out banana each time. So how many apples do I have and how many bananas do I have? Well, if you simplify that, you would say you've got 3 apples and 4 bananas. And that is simplified form. We've just combined like terms. Okay, right here, all of the watermelons I'm going to call W, and all the pineapples I'm going to call P. If I simplify this, here I've got 2 W's, or 2 watermelons right here. Right here I've got 2 watermelons. Here I've got 3 pineapples. Here I've got 3 watermelons and 1 pineapple. So altogether, how many watermelons do I have? 5 watermelons. And if I combine all my pineapples together, I've got 4 pineapples. And we've just combined like terms. Some people call that simplifying. And that's your final answer, 5W plus 4P. Okay? What if I had this? I don't have watermelons and pineapples this time. I just have W's and P's. And I want to simplify. So what I did was I actually add a line and change a sign. You can do that if you want to. Add a line, change the sign. I put all my W's together, and you can add a line and change the sign here. And I put all my P's side by side. I just rearranged things. So I have 5 watermelons, plus I'm taking away 3 watermelons. So I'm left with 2 watermelons, plus what happens when you have 3 pineapples and you're adding -4? You're taking 4 away. And you get a negative pineapple. And a lot of people will write that as 2W minus P. Because here you can add a line and change the sign and get back to the original. Okay? Here I've got some algebra tiles. I've got an x squared here and an x and an x here. If I put like things together, I would say I have an x squared plus 2 x's. And we've just combined like terms. Right here, I've got an x, and I'm going to call this guy y. Let's see what we've got here. If I rearrange things and put like stuff together, I would say I've got an xy here. Oops, I'm missing one. There it is. I've got 1 xy here, and I've got 1 x here, but I've got 2 y's here, and that's why I get the 2y. That's simplified form. I have just combined like terms. Right here, if I put like terms together, right here I've got 3 x's. Here I've got another x I'm adding to it. Here I've got 3 singles. And here I've got an x squared. Over here I've rearranged stuff and put like stuff together. I combine these 2 together to get 4 x's plus my 3 singles down here plus my x squared right here. And that is your final answer. That is simplified form, combining like terms. Combining like terms, video number 2. Right here, I see an xy. I have an x squared. Here I've got an x. And here I've got 2 y's. Shh. I've got a y plus a y. And I've done this so that you guys can see that an xy is not the same as an x squared. It's not the same size as an x. And y's are a different size than all of them. They're not the same and you can't combine them. These two are the same. I can put those two together. So I could say I've got xy plus an x squared plus an x plus how many y's? Yeah, 2 y's. And that is simplified form. This piece of it has to be identical for you to combine them together. That right there. You cannot combine it with this because xy looks different than just a y. You can't combine these two together. Okay, right here. If I combine like terms, I've got an x squared and an x squared, which gives me how many x squareds? Yep, 2x squared. Plus, how many x's do I have? 1 there and 1 there. So I've got 2 x's there. Plus, let's see how many y's I have. 1, 2, 3. I have 3y, and I'm done. I've combined my like terms. That is simplified form. All right, let's combine like terms here. How many 4's do I have? How many 7's do I have? Multiplication is just repeated addition. So simplify the above expression, and you'd say I have three groups of 4 plus 2 groups of 7. And then we could go ahead and simplify that farther and say I've got 12 plus 14, which is 26. Okay, right here I have no idea what x is, but I've got 3 of them. So if I combine those like terms and simplify, I would say I've got 3x. And that's your final answer in simplified form. We've combined like terms. Right here, simplify this and tell me what you have. How many x's do you have? How many y's do you have? In simplified form, you've got 2x plus 3y. And that's your final answer. Okay, let's simplify this one. Now remember, x squareds are different than x's. So how many x squareds do we have? We've got 3 of those. And how many x's do we have? 2 of those, and that's simplified form. There's our answer. Ooh, okay, try this one. I've put all the colors of like terms together. X squared y is different than an x squared, which is different than an xy. So how many of these x squared y guys do we have? We have 2 of those. Plus, how many x squareds do we have? Well, let's go through and pick them out. We've got 2 of those. Plus, what else do we have? We have these xy guys, and they're different than everything else. And we've got 3 of those. That is simplified form. The exponents on the variables have to be exactly the same for them to be like terms. This one is not the same as this one, and you cannot combine them. Don't do that. They're not the same because the exponents are different. Okay, that's the end. Good luck with your combining like terms.